What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Who are you people?
You people.
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to part 2 of the You People show.
If you missed out on part 1, follow us on Facebook.
Yes.
James, what's our Facebook?
Sorry, You People Show, all
Yeah.
one word. Fairly easy to find. If
People
you're
Show.
watching this, if you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be tagged there. If you're listening on any other platform, it should be in our
I can't
description.
find us on YouTube.
I had a bit of an issue with it too, which is why I'll
Surprise, surprise.
because it should be super easy, and it was for a while. I don't know if we've been shadow banned, but I
That'd
used
suck if we got shadow banned before we were big enough to do anything about it.
You know who always finds our episodes without a fucking problem? My mom. My mom loves the show.
It's a white woman.
And yeah, like if you're on Facebook, you can find the link to the YouTube channel to subscribe on there. So
Yeah.
I try to post it with almost every episode. This one I don't think I did on accident.
I don't YouTube or I don't Facebook though, James. What's my alternative?
Well, I can start posting episode notifications on Twitter and Instagram.
I was going to say, can we...
I do prefer Instagram.
How much of a pain in the ass would it be for us to be on Facebook and Instagram at the same time?
A tremendous pain in the
Okay,
ass.
fair enough. Okay. I'm
A
just
pain
asking.
in the ass so large that you will need hemorrhoid
Because
cream.
Instagram's starting to do that now, where
Yeah.
people are putting videos on there. And
Oh, I
shit.
know. The other thing that I do with video, we
Yeah.
put it on Instagram.
IGTV.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to do, but in that case, I have to use a separate rig.
Yeah.
So I can't.
And that's the rig.
Right. So I
Okay.
would need 2 of those. And well, in reality, I could do it with the software we're using now, but there's a tremendous cost associated with
Oh,
that.
gotcha.
And since this isn't the tremendous money-making enterprise quite yet,
My bad.
Yeah. When we start drawing in money, that makes them.
once money comes in, it all, in my opinion, it all goes to make this show better
Yeah.
and
How,
reach
how
more
do
people.
we make money come in, James? I'm just kidding. I don't want to have that conversation right now. Let's talk about something evil.
Yeah.
something
Something
evil?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We were talking about the government a lot in the first episode.
Yeah. Evil.
It's almost
White women?
Halloween.
I don't believe in evil.
White women.
You don't believe that evil exists?
I don't believe that. I believe evil is a concept. I don't believe it's the thing. I don't believe it's this. I think people think evil is like a law of the universe, like it exists without
Without context.
exactly.
So you don't believe that there is something universally evil?
No, and I mean I've researched the entire concept of evil, and I know where it arrived from, and I totally agree.
Oh, it is 100% a human construct.
Yeah.
However, even though we've constructed it, who's to say that evil as a term we've built, but is there not something that is so antithetical to life that you can perceive it as evil?
No. Because first of all, you don't know where any of your choices to do anything arise from in your nature. You don't know. You can't explain why you choose to do anything, why you choose to do your hair in a particular way, why you chose those glasses, why you chose that sweater. You don't know. You know in context, and you like, oh, I like this, but you can't tell me why you like that. So we don't really know why human beings do what they do. And like I say, any other human being is not intelligent enough to calculate the morality of any action.
So okay, I have a simile for this.
Well,
Evil, like it's a human thing. Like as far as like, let's say some madman puts out a disease and it kills everyone on the planet. He would be evil to us, to people. You know what I'm saying? But like bears would probably think he's cool, or like animals in general would think
The rest of nature.
the rest of like nature would be like, all right, they're gone now. Awesome.
But we're the only
Yeah.
ones that have a reaction to and do things of evil context.
Yeah.
So without us, you would have to imagine that evil wouldn't exist in the universe. So we have to be the ones that bring evil along with us.
Yeah.
But what if there were something that defied any definition that we could apply to life, okay, that exists only to make existence and life, however you want to define that, whether you want to define that as, your consciousness goes somewhere, but its explicit purpose for no balancing reason is to simply destroy anything that is opposite than itself. Would that not be evil?
No.
Where we can't quantify what this thing is.
No, it's not, because first of all, you would have to also talk about a person's idea of death. Death is just the other side of life.
But that's what I'm saying.
So-
Imagine if it killed your entire existence from whatever core and whatever thread
Well, I
you're
don't-
talking
I
about
can't-
through
I
the
can't play within
timeline.
that realm because I don't believe that. That's that doesn't exist at all to me. Like, I can't have that conversation because you're giving me a hypothetical to where you can just erase something from existence.
Your energy is destroyed.
You can how it? No, I don't believe. I can't even fathom that concept.
Okay.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
That's
that's fair,
just-
but,
that's- yeah,
that's
that's-
why I'm asking is just like, instead of it just treating it as a life and death issue, it's like it's elimination,
And it's like I say, everything we have to get back to the the understanding that everything we know as human beings, we don't really know. Everything is a hypothesis. Everything is an idea. Everything is an opinion. No matter how founded they may seem in the fabric of the universe, it's just an opinion. And like I say, now in science, quantum physics is unhinging all of those founding opinions that we based all of our science off of, and it's changing everything.
I still maintain fuck gravity.
Fuck everything, pretty much.
why gravity?
Here's my beef with gravity, man.
And I know we've kind of touched on this a little in the episodes, many episodes ago, but go ahead.
My biggest beef with gravity is that you can't prove it to me. I can prove that something has a greater or lesser mass than air,
Okay.
and that would allow it to either rise or fall to the bottom. But to tell me that everything just works on gravity, how the fuck do you explain how water works? Something doesn't naturally go to the bottom if it's not denser than the water. So you can't tell me that the gravitational pull that keeps the water on the planet as we spin through the universe.
So where does water, the pressure that you experience in water, become greater as you go deeper? That's experienceable and measurable. Like you both.
How does that prove gravity?
Because it
It
is.
just proves that water gets denser as it goes deeper.
But why? If it's just water, why would it get?
I don't know, James. Why?
It literally becomes denser as you go deeper because gravity.
Why does air
But-
get thinner when you go higher, James? Is that also gravity?
Yes.
But that also doesn't explain
How is
gravity.
that? So things are lighter if the air is thinner, things are lighter at altitude?
Things are lighter with a less in their way.
You can't prove gravity to me because I can't see gravity, James. You can argue all day, but it's something you were taught by someone that was
no,
taught.
it's actually something I like. Again, engineering
I
school.
can
You measure acceleration. Okay, so if you know the density of what we're in right now, to your point, right now we are in air, which is a fluid. It's a fluid. It's actually not all like elementally no different than water. It's just water has literally 2 extra molecules attached to it, which makes it inherently
makes
heavy.
it elementally different.
So you can actually measure how fast something falls, and not because when it starts, if I were to drop this thing in my hand, it's moving faster when it gets to here than it is when it's right here because of acceleration. Yes.
Well,
I understand acceleration.
well,
Just
how
I
do-
understand thrust.
What about-
that? Doesn't prove gravity. It just proves that that's denser than the air around it.
But why would it move faster as it falls further?
I never said it couldn't pick up momentum.
But if you're
I've fallen before, James. I've fallen downstairs, upstairs, on flat ground, in nature. I'm a fat guy.
And there
I'm
are
surprised there's not a cartoon following me around playing the tuba some mornings.
no.
I'm not saying things don't fall or pick up speed, James. I build cars. I understand picking up speed. I understand the concept. That does not prove gravity.
I agree.
All I'm saying is if something is denser than air, air's not going to hold it up. If something's denser than water, it's going to go to the bottom. Guess what, James? I don't float away into space. I'm denser than the air around me. But if I go into a large body of water, I'm going to float because I'm not as dense as that water. Theoretically, the gravity that holds the water down would just drag me to the bottom. If I was a piece of cast iron, I would fall to the bottom because that's denser than water.
That gets into buoyancy with the water thing, which is a little
I'm
different.
denser than water, or water's denser than I am.
Not per unit squared.
I can visibly see it, James. I live that.
You
Your science doesn't mean anything to me because it came from Jesuits.
the reason you don't sink in water, and a lot of humans don't, I do to
Fair.
a certain degree. And if you're scuba diving, you put more weights on you so that you can fall deeper into water. What that buoyancy is the same volume of water, heavier or less heavy than you. And so we also have lungs which fill up with air, which makes us less dense. If you hold your breath in water, chances are you'll float. If you let all the air out, you're going to start to sink. It has to do with, is the overall density of you greater or lesser than the same amount of
Is
water?
that exactly what I've been arguing this whole fucking time?
So
Someone answer me
But
that.
that has nothing to do with gravity. That's literally buoyancy within
No,
the
I mean,
fluid that we
No,
exist in.
y'all are arguing the conflicting arguments on gravity. He's arguing density property, and you're arguing gravity. These are the two things that fight. But it's also there are things that defy gravity, and that those are bumblebees, and hummingbirds, and things like those.
But that's still, you're moving through a fluid environment. There is
See, but this is the problem with science. Let me just say this: science makes up whatever science. So when you have your things, it's going to make up something to explain why you're wrong and why it's right, and then you're going to explain why it's wrong. That's what science does. That's why you can't beat science, because it makes up the science for what it wants to find out.
no.
And what it wants, I'm telling you. Oh, all right, Cole.
In this, I'll understand that in a lot of opportunities that we talk about on this show. I'm 100% with
This
that.
is what-
And I'm not suggesting that anything that I am telling you proves or disproves gravity. I am not. But there is fluid dynamics, which is how we explain moving through a substrate, right now air, or in the water. But if you get to a place without either of those things around it, the way that objects act is the same within the measurable things here. This is all I'm saying. I don't necessarily say on a grand scheme, because you can talk about gravitational waves and you can talk about what attracts, what keeps the moon in orbit. You can go real deep on fucking gravity. I'm not saying any of this proves it, but I'm saying what you're talking about is two different things. Gravity is one thing that is counteracted, but still has an effect on how buoyancy works, how fluid dynamics work, how things can fly through the air. Bee can't fly through space, promise it. I promise you. If you
But what
put
does
wings
that-
on a thing,
what
it
does that have
can't,
to do with
it
anything?
can't flutter
What
through
does
space
that
because
have
there's-
to? What does that have to do to? You're saying a lot of stuff, but you haven't disproved Bear yet.
I'm not intending to disprove Bear.
Okay.
I'm just saying that he's talking about one thing, and that's not gravity.
No, but what he's talking about is the argument against gravity. He's saying that what he's saying is the principle.
Like,
And-
I don't believe in gravity like I don't believe in Jesus.
So
It's fucking fiction.
why does density, what makes something fall? You say density, but why is it falling? Something's got to be there for it to be attracted to. Otherwise, why would it do that?
Whatever's the densest is going to fall to the bottom.
If you
Okay, let me simplest possible example, okay, James?
Yep.
You go buy a bag of fucking Chex Mix where it's got the little cubes and the pretzels and the rye chips.
rye chips.
And if you don't fucking shake it before you open it, all those rye chips are at the bottom. Why, James? Because they're heavier than the fucking squares.
So how do you determine weight?
How do you determine weight?
Yes, you just said because they're heavier than the squares. So what?
Or sorry,
what
not
causes
heavier, they're-
weight?
I have no clue what causes weight. James, what causes weight?
Why does salt at the bottom beyond that? Is the salt heavier than the ride chips?
No, it's just small enough to fall through the cracks.
Okay, why is
There's
it falling
less
through if it's
resistance.
less dense?
It's not because that's not about dense. If there's nothing in the way to stop it, it's
So
guess
why
what?
would it
It's heavier
fall?
than air.
But in a sealed bag, that doesn't matter. They're all the same weight. So why is one falling faster than another?
Just because it's in a sealed bag doesn't mean the things don't settle in a shift. Like, have you ever? I'm assuming you've opened a box of a bag of chips, right? Like in working in some kind of environment, you've opened a box with multiple packages in it, right?
Sure.
And you're going to tell me that shit doesn't shift to the bottom, right? It does.
Why?
Because that was the path of least resistance is to go down.
But
You see how logic gets us in trouble?
but there's nothing. If there's nothing attracting things to fall other than density, why is
No.
salt on the bottom of the bag?
Because it was knocked off and there was nothing to keep it in place. If it's lesser than the air, it's going to fall. If I'm standing here and your dog clips by me at like 15 miles an hour and catches my hip right, I'm going to fall down. It's not because all of a sudden I became heavier than I was. It's because there's nothing stopping me.
So
If I'm underwater and something clips my leg, it might like knock me over, but I'm not going to instantly fall down because the water is there. I am less than the water. I'm not saying shit doesn't fall, James. To use salt in a bag of chips as an argument is retarded.
but-
There's even less that can hold the salt in place. If the salt is knocked free from said potato chip or pretzel, nothing's going to capture it and hold it there. It's going to fall to the bottom because there's nothing to resist against.
There are places on
That
the,
doesn't prove gravity.
there's places on the planet where neither one of your principles exist. So
enlighten me. I'm curious.
the Bermuda Triangle.
Evidence
Look it up.
where what doesn't exist. Be specific on
gravity.
this one because what you're suggesting is
Gravity, density, places in Antarctica where it's very, very like it makes you overly dense, or it pulls you down extra hard. The gravitational pull, or whatever you want to call it, is overexerted in those parts.
There's another like triangle, like in the Great Lakes area, right, where the Edmund Fitzgerald
where
crashed.
the Edmund
No, I'm
Fitzgerald.
serious. Like that was an issue, I guess, back then. Like they were having problems with boats just fucking disappearing.
Right, because our guidance systems are fucked up by something that we don't really understand.
We don't understand anything, James. It's just certain things. If we can apply it to enough things, we make it a principle. But how is it? We make it laws of gravity. How is it a law when there's things that we know that defy that law? We know it. But just like I said, James, you got to revamp everything, James. I'm telling you, you got to get out in front of science now. It's everything we're talking about now. It's obsolete. It's all new shit now. I'm telling you, man. I would imagine, James.
There's a macro level and there's a micro level. Okay, so in the largest
God damn
thing,
it, James, you should be a lawyer, man. You should be somebody that can just pull shit out their ass.
because you're not wrong. We've discovered a lot of weird shit in the last 50, 60 years that defies everything that, Newtonian physics taught us about gravity, the laws of thermodynamics. Absolutely. We have discovered that. But we haven't ever discovered them on they don't, currently, those discoveries don't explain macro level events.
Yes, they do. They explain them all the way through.
Not
Yes, they do.
such as,
What do you want to know about?
okay, so we recently achieved conductivity at a room temperature. How does that make anything possible for anybody? How does that necessarily explain how a thing falls from a tree? Does it?
I don't know what the fuck anything you just said means or has to do with anything else.
He don't either. He don't fucking either,
Hang on, before you yell, can you please rephrase that for the less educated?
So
Tell us the words you read, James.
superconductivity is sort of the way that you get electricity to pass at insanely
I know
high
how
rates.
a conductor works.
Yes, so superconductivity usually occurs at almost absolute zero. You take two
Absolute zero what?
What is absolute zero?
to negative 273 degrees Kelvin, or Celsius, 0 degrees Kelvin. It is the
talking about
coldest.
temperature?
It is literally as cold as a thing can get before nothing moves. No molecule, no nothing has any energy to actually do anything. That's just how it was calculated out. So you have to get things to that level because
Was this proven or is this a theory?
Is that achievable?
not currently. There's no way to artificially achieve it. However, you have to get millimeters away from it in order to achieve what they call superconductivity, which is taking something that has no conductivity. Like gold is not a conductor, right? Electricity doesn't pass through it. You get it fucking cold
What
enough.
are you talking about?
You don't know.
Gold is a shield, but it is not a conductor. So you talk about gold.
Can we Google that?
Yeah.
Yeah, copper is though.
Oh, don't
Copper is a great one.
Don't
Yeah.
put us farther down this rabbit hole, man. We're lost.
I think you're right though.
They use it on contact metal as a good conductor of both electricity and heat. I'll take that one back. But
Okay,
I thought it was
I'm
because it
wrong,
was
too.
non-corrosive, but it's not.
I'm like, I've built enough high-grade stereos that I know gold is a conductor.
Well, they
You
use it
want to
as
know
a-
why I
as a
know that? Because the
plating.
best distribution blocks are made of gold. Or
The
they're at
block
least
is?
plated. Yeah. And then fucking battery terminals are also plated in gold.
So, nonetheless, you take a metal that is a terrible conductor, you get it cold enough, and all of a sudden it can achieve this amazing level of conductivity. But you take so much energy to get something cold enough. This is how you get to fusion, how the stars work, you know? If you can do that at room temperature, all of a sudden that requires no energy in and almost limitless energy out. That's what we're trying to get to. Go ahead.
I missed something. I knew that we were trying to get to a level of cold that's apparently still impossible.
Yep.
But what happens when it gets that cold that all of a sudden we've got free power?
Well, so what it is it creates some materials. It's a lot of time it's like carbon-based stuff, I believe, and silicone-based that is like not as great a conductor. You get it cold enough and it becomes like the best conductor ever. But it takes so much fucking energy, resources to get something that cold, at least on planet fucking Earth. You went out into deep space, it would probably be a lot easier because you're starting at a lot lower temperature. Go ahead, Bear.
So basically what you're telling me that everyone knows when something gets cold it contracts.
Go ahead.
If you get it cold enough, it'll contract enough that you can shoot electricity through it, and that's what people are excited about.
No.
No.
We've been able to do that for some time. It's how nuclear fission works, how all nuclear plants work. However, the idea of creating nuclear fusion, which is literally sustainable, limitless source of energy, free, it costs too much money and resources to get something cold enough to get close enough. So by being able to achieve that level of conductivity, that superconductivity with the right materials at room temperature means you don't have to put a lot of energy in to get a fuck ton of power out, and nobody thought this was possible.
So they figured out
Nobody.
if they use a better conductor, they get better results.
Yes, but it has to be a very synthetic. It's a material we've never been able to create before to even experience this on a tiniest little level. It's tiny,
Okay,
but it's not something we ever thought was
Did
possible.
the guy who invented this, did he kill himself with 2 shots? To the
Yeah,
back of
right.
the head?
Like the guy that
So
has
we
the
can't
engine
do
that-
it. We
Did he
don't
have
have
a
the
heart
material
attack?
to do it. We don't know how to
So
produce
once again,
the
it's
material
a
to
theory.
do it.
You're excited about a theory that can't be
It's
proven.
a theory
No,
about a
somebody
theory
did
about a
it.
theory.
yeah,
about
somebody-
a theory.
somebody-
Who did it?
After that, can you also look up the guy that figured out how we can actually time travel mathematically?
I didn't read that. I saw that article and I didn't
Yeah.
read it, but he
like-
paradox-free time travel.
Yeah, he figured it out.
Quantum mechanics explains that there is no time travel. Everything is happening simultaneously right here, right now. So
Right
it's
here.
not really
Right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's not really
right now.
that a song. I missed that on that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Fat Boy Slim, man. Come on. That's like some fucking late
must-
90s, early 2000s. Like,
Why am I supposed to know
It's
that?
totally white culture. Don't
Yeah.
feel
Why
bad
am I
that you don't
supposed to
know
know?
that.
I'm like, he's like,
I
come
know.
on, man. I'm like, what? Why am I supposed to know this shit?
I'd play it.
You
but
ain't never been to a white wedding. What's wrong with you?
yeah, come on, man. Never listened to like rock stations in the fucking early 2000s? Come on. Yeah, this is the song.
It's not Jesus Jones, is it?
No,
It's
dude.
Fatboy Slim.
I thought so.
You're thinking of the other song, right here, right
No,
now.
I just typed it right here, right now. This one.
That's the one.
Let's go.
Don't get us flagged. Don't stop. Stop now. Don't get us flagged.
It's all right.
Is it?
I got it figured out.
Okay.
He says that.
So just lapping back to real quick, so because we can go in different directions. A team of physicists in New York has discovered a material that conducts electricity with perfect efficiency at room temperature. So that's they've actually found something that betrays everything we thought we knew. So I agree. He doesn't. Quantum is a weird
Oh,
world.
Like you got to be like a genius to figure that shit out. Like I mean, like a.
No, you don't. All you gotta do is read read the books everybody else read. That's what I tell people. You don't have to. I don't know why people don't think you have to be some special person to know this. The books they read, you can get those books and you can go sit in the
absolutely.
forest and come
Yeah.
up with crazy ass algorithms just like they did.
But I think isn't that something like beautiful about it? Is that you can read somebody and then build from it.
That's what knowledge is for. That's why people don't understand. It's like you should learn everything you can because you don't know how your mind is going to assemble that information to what you can bring forth that's new.
Okay, so what's better in your opinion? What is a better thing to have, knowledge or experience?
Experience.
I think they're equally powerful.
Yeah,
I think one's useless without the other.
Yeah.
I know people that have lived
Okay.
crazy lives but don't understand shit of how they got there.
Yeah,
And I know
do
people
agree.
that have read everything in the universe and couldn't handle anything in the real world.
So this is what I do,
all right, all right,
and this is me and Corey Cooley was talking about this last night. You have to test your hypothesis with women. You have to test what you think works with women, and it don't work. You got to take it back to the drawing board, retest your theories. Whatever you think in your brain, you got to test it because I call it the sterile perfectionist. It's this person that thinks they know everything because they've read everything, but they've never tried everything. They and every time they try something, it don't work. It's like, oh, they're fucking shitty. It's always their problem.
Yeah.
It's never, you know what I'm saying, the
Oh, yeah.
person is doing it. And so you got to test your theories, man. That's why I am the way I am. Like, a lot of times I'm just testing my theory about people, about women, about life, about everything.
Yeah.
Can I get away with this? Is this okay? Is this all right? How is this going to make this person feel? This, that, and the other.
Oh hell yeah!
Like, live consciously, man. Everything you do should be to be better or find out something about yourself. All the time. It never stops, man.
I did mushrooms this weekend. I totally get that.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And it's fun. It's fun finding out about yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then seeing how people are going to react to
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get out of this idea of I see people just like, dude, like Ken, he gonna get in trouble, man.
Whoa.
He's getting progressively more hammered and more just like disgruntled and
Who?
Ken Cornell.
Ken Cornell, man.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I hate to put him out there like that, man, but I'm just trying to help the man.
I'm not saying what of that. I'm just saying why to like. Oh no, not that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about, man. It ain't pretty.
Yeah,
And
and when he's sober, he gonna laugh it off. But you know, when you drunk, you tell the true tale.
Yeah.
You know, he gonna laugh it off when he's sober. But it's like, dude, you just gotta, man.
We
just
love
let's
Ken.
talk about it. Let's just
Yeah.
talk it out, man.
Yeah, and I love Ken, man.
Yeah, I love him too. You're a good
Yeah.
dude, man. It's just
He
like,
was hammered, dude. I had to physically carry him out to Christina's car last night.
Holy shit.
yeah. And it's not even like, because it's one thing to get drunk in the moment of having fun.
Oh yeah,
But
absolutely.
it's one thing to just, your aim is to get hammered.
On like
you know
a-
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Obliterated on a Sunday.
Yeah, that's when you gotta step in. We gotta stop letting people do that, man. You'll just sit there and let a motherfucker drink themselves to death because you feel like that's not your business. But if you my buddy, I'm gonna make sure you know what I'm saying you alright. I'm gonna at least ask.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, yo. I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
People having troubles. It's like people feel like they cannot fix themselves, man. It just blows my mind. It's people just like, I can't. And I'm like, why not? Why not?
Because they think the hole they dug is too deep. That's why.
Because the minute they accept that they can change it, they also have to accept it's their fault they were that way that long.
There's that too.
I
it's
get
both.
that,
And
but
people don't want that to be the case.
I know, man. And I know
if
how
I can
hard
blame
it
it
is.
on this.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, because no one wants to be the asshole. In all honesty.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you don't want to be like the bad guy in someone's. Like, people really don't want. Some people do. Most people don't.
But that's
you lost me. What?
no. I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
The problem is that
No,
people
hang
are,
on. I didn't like. I
No.
felt like I missed part of the sentence.
No, like you don't want to be like the evil like the villain in someone's
You don't want
life.
to find out you're the bad guy. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what you're saying. You don't want to find out that you're the person that's been calling yourself all the problems.
Have
Oh
you
yeah.
ever
Well,
been
like
that
I
person?
said, it's two things.
Go ahead. Sorry, I just piped.
Well,
in.
like
Go
I said,
ahead.
it's a twofold issue. That's why it's so hard for people to accept that. Like, because the minute you accept that you can change what you're doing, you also like it kicks you right in the dick. You're like, "Fuck, I could have done this at any point.
I know, but
This is on me."
I get
But-
that, but, it's
But
people
it is
gotta.
insanely freeing, and people would rather believe that it is someone else's fault than try and fix themselves because that's easier.
Yeah, I understand.
I
that.
can be as shitty as I am because of these circumstances.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get how you get there, but it's like you got to eventually see to where it's like, damn, like you can attempt to do it, and then it gives your life purpose. A lot of people out here with no purpose other than to go to work, make a little money, pay their bills, go home, go to sleep, watch Netflix, watch their favorite shows,
Yeah. Repeat.
and repeat.
Just-
and
yeah.
then they look up, and in 20 years gone by, and they're like, "Oh, time flies." It's like, no, you just had your head down the sand
Dude, the past 3 years for me, I've just because I've been stuck in that rut.
because you're either
Yeah.
you're either caught in the past,
Yeah.
regretting it, or you're trying to project this grandeur into the future that you aren't even preparing for.
Yeah.
You're just living day by day, hoping that this miracle comes to where everything comes together, and then you get to have what you want. But that day never comes.
Well, also, it's not like not just a mirror. You just want some good news. Like you want something to kind of.
You have to. You can't,
I'm just.
I know
it's
that,
not me.
but I'm just saying though. But it's
I'm-
like I'm just talking in general. But it's like this: people have this fake sense of optimism, which throws them into a much deeper fit of despair.
Yeah.
Because when you think the future is going to be bright, but you haven't set the future up to be bright, you're just hoping it's going to be bright with you haven't had no preparation.
Yeah.
And then if it's even worse than it was before, you fall down even harder.
Also, people that just project all day like shitty shit, people are just like, "Oh, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks." Eventually, people will just convince, like, they'll stop trying to tell you otherwise because you're not fucking listening anymore.
Yeah.
You're just like, "Oh, yeah, dude, that fucking sucks, man."
But this is the thing. People are so used to just people agreeing with them. I don't agree with people. I don't allow
Yeah.
you to say it sucks. I don't allow you to be weak. I learn everything so I can give you every option. Now you don't have an excuse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because everybody got excuses. And everybody has these streamlined excuses. If you talk to enough people, you'll see it.
Oh,
You'll
yeah.
see there's the same excuse
The fucking stock
every single time.
that stock answer or
Yeah.
this and that. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
why I love talking to women. And I'm just like, oh my, is it a handbook y'all get? 'Cause the same thing over and over and over again. I'm like, y'all must got
They
a
see
handbook.
the same memes and group pages all day.
I know
Yeah.
that. But that's what I'm saying. That's why it don't take much. Because once you start seeing a certain group of things, I'm like, oh, I know where you're from. I know everything about you I need to know already. Because you're a knockoff of this personality that I see all the time. So I already know how to deal with you. I already know how you're gonna react. But
Yeah.
people don't realize that when you're not your authentic self, when you just adhere to what's going on in the world, I can read you like a book. There's no mystery to you. And that's what people understand. Like people like a little mystery.
Yeah.
That's why I'm off the chain. I'm wacky. You never know what the fuck I'm gonna do. You never know where. You never know what I'm gonna do. It keeps you wondering about me. It keeps you guessing. If you do the same thing all the time, you drop. Okay, you just become a part of the fixture in the background.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Jake. I know Jake. I just whatever. I'm saying
Yeah.
it just disappears. You melt into the background.
Yeah.
But you live every day like you gonna die. Live like every day you're gonna die. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck what happens? Who gives a fuck what anybody thinks? Because we all gonna die. Everything that is composed has to decompose. It may
Yeah.
take a long time, but you're gonna get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
And everything you think a motherfucker thought about you gonna go with them. It ain't gonna matter. So do what the fuck you wanna do so you can be happy in the moment and you ain't got to worry about the future because you may die. You don't know. So do
Yeah.
what the fuck you gonna do and don't worry about the rest.
Yeah, but don't be fucking people over and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, if you gonna be a fuck over person, fuck people over. Fuck people over. Get your karma. Get it over with. Because if that's
Okay.
in your nature, get it out your fucking nature. Because you can't hide it, or you can try to do better.
Yeah.
But just be real. If you got to get that shit out your nature, if you got to have karma kicking your motherfucking ass, go do that. Because there's somebody's going to be the villain. I
feel
don't
you,
have
man.
this
I get
universe
you.
to where everybody's going to
Yeah.
be good. I know that's not a thing.
Yeah. No, touche.
But if you're going to be the villain, be the fucking villain. Don't
Yeah.
be the villain that acts like you're the good
you just
guy.
want people to be authentic and honest.
Exactly.
But don't you think that sometimes? So, how many people in this room do you think? how many of you think that at any time you have been the villain in somebody's story?
Oh, all the time.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
All of us, right?
I'm
I
the
mean,
worst.
yeah, I can. There's probably a handful of people that I can probably say that. Yeah, I'm the asshole.
So
Oh, maybe triple digits over the lifetime.
how many times do you of those people, however many it may be, what percentage of those do you think you were actually aware that you were the villain?
Oh, yeah.
Until
Oh,
recently.
dude, probably 50% of them are better. I thought I was justified in being the villain.
Exactly, because it just becomes a part of who you are.
Do you think there are, or have you discovered that there were incidents where you were the villain and didn't know it? Like you did not
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Because of misunderstanding. Oh yeah.
But it
Oh,
start- it
but
starts out-
like just me existing, someone is fucking offended somewhere, James.
Yeah.
I can't worry about being everyone's villain if I don't. If you can't get a hold of me, there's no way I'm your villain.
No, I
there's
think what-
no fucking way I'm your villain.
I think
And
what
if
it
you
means
can
is
get a
like,
hold
if you
of
thought
me,
you
I'm
were
not
right.
your villain.
I think you mean like if you were in a situation and you thought you were right, and then it turns out you weren't right.
No,
do you
or
mean like
even
that?
as there are plenty of like
Yeah, 'cause I mean, if you don't know, you just don't fucking know.
right there's but I mean hey, so that's what's always given me pause is that like somebody is a villain to me, and then it's just sort of like I wonder if do they even know? Do they give a shit? Is
Yeah.
it a thing?
If they're
like,
anything like me, they don't give a shit. But I
Right.
know that people hate me, James. And I'm not talking about like I have haters or whatever.
Like,
but I
people
get
hate you
yelled
as a
at.
human.
Yeah, I get yelled at intersections because my stereo is too loud and I'm grooving at a stoplight.
But that ain't got nothing.
But I mean, like,
that ain't got
in
nothing
a-
to do with you.
but
That
like
person
in a-
doesn't even
It
know you.
has absolutely nothing to do with me. But people hate the fact that I just don't give a fuck.
is any one of us a villain to the rest of us?
To what now?
Is any one of us, the four of us, a villain to the rest?
Nah, I think villain.
No,
is, villain's
because we're
intent.
trying to work towards a collective good.
But it's
Yeah.
a perception, right? So it goes back to what we were talking about with evil. And so it's like if there was a hypothetical fifth member that did something that the four of us were just like, this fucking guy, but he never realized it.
Oh, he would realize it.
Oh,
You-
we would
ain't gonna,
confront him.
nobody's gonna get away with shit with us. Come on now.
Well, fair.
See, you
I
talk
mean,
about
we're a
some
different
bitch
kind
ass
of group.
shit. That's what I'm saying. You talk about
like
bitch
the
ass
last
shit.
time you
This-
had a potential fifth, we practically broke him.
But this is why people have the problems they have because that scenario you just put forth and it don't get squashed as soon as it rears its head.
Hey, within these walls, holy shit.
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I don't allow bullshit to happen, man.
So when I was in fucking Salt Lake over the weekend. By the way, it was lovely, but it was terrible too at the same time, and because there's Mormons everywhere, and yeah, they wanted me to say that because they don't want people moving there. They're sick of it already. But anyway, I got wrecked on mushrooms. Right? And I was with Will and this female comic. Her name is I'm high. I forgot her name, but they're kind of a thing. Me and her were sat in his living room, and I don't know I'm long-winded. Sorry.
And you're high
not
as
even
fuck because you've already
you-
talked
he-
about
look,
You haven't even started the story
I
yet.
know, I
You're-
saw him-
It's
I like-
all pretext. It is legit
Yeah.
like a minute.
I'm trying to I don't know. I'm trying to explain
Tell
it to
the story.
I'm telling the story. So basically, I sat there for about an hour and a half, and it's like because they're seen small. I was like, listen, don't do these things that we've done. It will fuck your whole city up. Like, don't do this, don't do that. It's just not a smart move. Like, if you got and one thing I did say to her is like, if you have a problem with the fucking comic, say it to the comic. Don't go on Facebook. Keep that shit off of Facebook. Go to them directly. Because when you start doing that, you start looking like you're all fucking crazy, and then it's just a fucking free for all. You don't need that. It doesn't do you any good. And she was like, all right.
Did I miss a segue?
I think Hamill missed a segue.
I've been wanting to body slam this nigga, man. Damn.
What?
What are you talking about, man? What did that story got to do with anything?
No, we were talking about fucking being open and honest, remember? What? You said that we were talking about that.
Yes, you're correct. Jake.
See?
You are correct. You just went in like this odd
I-
tangential
You did not
direction.
even bring it all the way around back to that, Hamill. It's like you were 2 exits away and just stopped at Waffle House like, we're here, guys.
I made the point though towards the end. I wrapped it around. It was a
Yo,
a big old
yo, you
boomerang.
make these declarations to make stories and they be so bad. God damn. Then you know they bad in the middle. You start floundering. I know when you flounder, motherfucker.
Because
I'm like, oh, he senses This is going nowhere.
To be completely honest, most of my reaction was the whole time because you were looking at fucking Armstrong. Was just looking at Armstrong's eyes
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
what
time.
happened. You fucking rolled your eyes, and I was like, "Oh, I'm doing
Don't
it
worry
again."
about my eyes, man.
Don't
Don't
your
worry
eyes.
about my eyes.
It speaks out loud. It's like, oh,
Like
this
you were
motherfucker
just
and his
going
long-
and go, and I looked at James and I was like, I gave him that look like, did I miss something?
No.
And James just looks at me like, I don't know, man.
It's also my ADD flaring up, so I was all over the fucking place.
It's fucking funny as fuck.
Hold on. Wait. I got a story. What the fuck, man? Oh, shit. One day I just want to be blown away by the story. I just be like, oh my God, that was the most amazing
Right?
story.
Like one day he's gonna do that, and it's gonna be like, I got a hand job from Elton John. Like Hamill, how have I known you 30 years and I just found out about this?
It's going to be straight to the chase. There ain't going to be no fluff to the story.
Yep.
It's going to be...
I don't know, I feel this need to like tell the backstory to like get everyone
You're
up to
not
speed.
a Tarantino movie, buddy.
I know, but I treat it like that for some reason.
You're, dude, don't take this the wrong way.
Okay, shit.
Oh,
Here we go.
Jesus.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You are effeminate.
What?
That's an effeminate trait. You're sub,
Sub.
in bed.
What are you talking about?
You like to be beat on.
Well, not like that.
What do you like?
I said I like it physical.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You like the woman to beat you up a little bit, right?
I mean, for us to kind of go at each other, yeah. Like, I mean, yeah.
You like a little
Yeah.
domination in it, right?
I mean, not domination, but like in a, I don't know. It's
No one's accusing you of being
Yeah.
whipped by a woman in
I'm
white.
not. No,
okay?
fuck no. That's not my thing.
But you like it rough on both ends.
Yes.
Okay.
That's basically
all
yeah.
he's trying to.
Fair.
accomplish.
That's fair.
I'm just here to translate.
I'm not here like needed safe words and shit. Like I'm not. You know. I'm not.
Try
Don't
it
get-
sometime, man.
don't
Safe
get-
words are great.
Look, don't get nervous, man. I'm not saying that. I'm just
All right.
saying you exhibit traits of a more feminine nature. That's it.
I feel like your dad worked a lot during the day when you'd have been not at school, so you were
Oh.
basically raised by your mom or sitcom television. Am I anywhere near correct?
Yeah. Pretty much.
And you tell stories like that.
Yeah.
You have to set it up like a sitcom would set it up.
Yeah.
Or you have to tell it with no actual beginning or end, just it's somewhere in the fluidity of it, like a woman in her 40s.
And a lot of times.
Maybe we should start. Woo! Start clapping with fans. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I hate, I fucking
Do a
hate
studio
that.
audience. We do a studio audience with Jake telling stories from now on. Yay!
Don't we have? Do we have any?
I won't. I do not have laughter.
I thought you did for some reason.
Yeah, some studio
no,
laughter.
I got away from having that.
Yeah.
Previous host of a podcast I did was so hell bent on me putting in like false laughs during it.
But
and I was
I
like,
mean, if we doing it for doing it
off.
for fun though, we ain't doing it. 'cause
Yeah,
we-
yeah. If it's
No,
like a
so that's why
gag.
it never made it onto
Oh,
the
no, yeah.
soundboard.
Yeah, we're
is
not-
because like I was like, no, I'm never falsifying the humor
no,
of a
no,
fucking
don't
show.
ever. That's
I
stupid.
understand what you're saying. Is it's like having the car crash sound and shit
Yeah.
like that. Fine.
We're not a
But-
morning
okay,
zoo.
so
we
like
are
These-
not a
but
morning zoo.
Jake,
Exactly.
These are the type of things that, like I understand, I might be wrong, but these are the type of things that you got to find in your nature and find out if this is true.
Yeah.
Like, don't take it as a bad thing. Just say, like, okay, let me see what's that and the other and start investigating. If it is, you got to embrace that part of you because that's a part of you. And if you're trying to ward that off because you feel insecure about it, it's going to bother you on some level.
I
so
think
just,
I didn't even realize it as a thing. To be honest with you.
it,
But when you explain it to me, it makes sense. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying
Yeah.
before you said that, I was like, I knew I never was like the alpha guy. I've never been the alpha dude. Never. I've always been a good team
Oh,
guy.
I never thought you were
Yeah.
a beta either, though. for
But no, I'm a
whatever
good.
that's worth.
I'm like the best worker bee you can have.
But there's
That's
a-
what I am.
There's a scale of masculinity. There's
Yeah.
not people think it's masculine and feminine. No, it's not that. There's a scale that you slide on that scale some.
Yeah.
I'm more this way, you're more this way.
Yeah.
Not saying that you're like you're gay or anything or you're too far that way.
Yeah.
No, it's just you're just more that way, more feminine to where it's like you like more domination in your woman. I like completely submissive women. Like
okay.
I like complete charge. That's my aggressive nature in bed.
Yeah.
See,
Yours
I'm,
more-
I'm not that. I
Nor
want it
am I.
like a 50-50 thing. Like, yeah, how do you feel about this? Let's go.
And it depends on the night. There
it
could be
is-
a night where it's 70-30.
I
I
like-
next
I can
night
take it to
30-70.
Oh,
where-
for sure. But like,
I can take to where if she tries to be aggressive, but I'm going to still exert my aggression over her. So if that's the game y'all like to play, I'll do that too. But it's like I'm not going to take the
But I don't.
the low road at all any time.
You're not getting pegged anytime soon.
No,
That's just not my thing.
That's not my thing either, man.
Have
I don't
you
want.
tried it?
I don't want
What,
anything
what?
near my ass.
Have you tried it?
No, I tried to finger that motherfucker.
Let
that
a
was
tongue near
enough.
your ass someday. Like, take a shower, let a tongue near your ass. If she loves you, she won't question it.
All
Get a
right.
blowjob with a. Just try the pinky at first. Make sure she spits and it's all good. But trust me,
I just think it's
you'll
just,
see fucking God.
it's different
like
strokes
Alanis
for different
Morissette
folks,
shows up.
man. Nah. It's like anything else. It's like taste buds. It's like
Taste.
It's like taste buds. It's like
Yeah.
you like apples, you don't like apples.
Okay, that's fair.
It
yeah.
doesn't. It doesn't have. It has no particular gender or anything associated with it. It's just like
You can't train yourself to like apples.
you eat enough apples, I'm sure. Or if you don't have no choice but to take apples, like if they put you in a cage and it's like, hey,
I can train
Hey,
my
eat
body.
this apple.
I can train my. According to Armstrong, I can train my body to transcend the metaphysical world, but I can never train my body to have
That's
a
a good one.
pinky
Give
in
you
my
a dig.
butthole.
Give you a dig. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a dig. Give you something a dig. That's a good one. That's a good one. You deserve one. It's been a while. I don't want to. I don't want to. No. No. It ain't my thing,
I
baby.
got one. That's the first one in like 72 episodes.
Ain't my thing, man. That's just the role I'm playing this time around. Damn it. Maybe next time around. Asshole blew out next time around. Goddamn it.
Oof.
Maybe next time.
Come sit down at the table
just
with
saying,
a donut.
I know, right?
If you're not sure if you think you'd like a finger in your butt, try pooping on mushrooms.
Dude, that was my aim on Saturday, and I just didn't have to shit, so I didn't do
Wait,
it.
whoa, hold on. Your goal was like,
Well, yeah,
I
I-
want to fucking shit.
Dude, well, because everyone tells me that.
Dude, have you ever taken
Yeah.
a shit on mushrooms, James?
Does it have to be a solid shit, or can it be like mulch?
Oh
I
God,
mean, however you shit, James. I don't know what
Like
your
a-
diet looks
like
like.
a wet log and a chipper. Just
The end of Fargo.
no, but like I didn't have to shit. I had to piss a couple times, but that didn't do anything. But like, I was like, whatever. But I don't know. Shit, but again, that was like one of my first thoughts because I was like, okay, I did eat today, so maybe I'll shit today for some reason. I thought I would do that.
Why
but
would you? Never mind.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
It just leads to more questions, and then
Yeah,
it starts
yeah.
to feel like an inquisition. And I love you, buddy.
I'm just a
Do we want to keep? I
Interesting
feel
guy.
like we're.
I'm burnt out, man. I don't know why. I'm just
All right, so
Are we
make
at
sure
the hour?
close enough.
Okay.
Define close enough.
Just under 50 minutes. 5-0. We went over on the first hour too.
Yeah, y'all did because I was waiting for y'all outside.
I just want to produce content for the fans.
Oh,
I
we
agree.
good, but we don't want to force it. When it's done, it's done.
Fair enough, man.
I think we had a good run at the end.
If you're in the Denver area, make sure to check out Intero Hall or X Saloon, ECK''S Saloon in Lakewood. Armstrong and these other two seem to have a great thing fucking going over
Yeah,
there.
it's fun.
From Hell or High Water. That's Black Label.
Yeah, I also got a show I'm doing the day before Thanksgiving at Bar
Ricky
Red.
Wednesday?
You're doing fucking Amateur Wednesday?
What is that?
Giddy up.
Tell me what that is.
Wednesday before Thanksgiving is when all the college kids come home to see their fam, and they all get fucked up like they're in high school. It's
Oh.
Everyone
Well-
that came home to see their family, adults, teenagers.
It's gonna be well. That's what he told me. He's like he wanted to do something cool because it's a big bar weekend.
yes.
It's a big bar day. Like the weekends are terrible because people will hang out with their families on the weekend.
Wednesday
but that
is
yeah.
get fucked
That's when
up,
all of your friends got back to town.
So
and I'm gonna be trapped with
Dude.
my family for fucking
Let me-
4 days.
I'm glad y'all told me that because I got a show and put together, man. It's gonna be the Divine Feminine. I got my homegirl Janelle Hollowell. She's one of the top jazz singers in Colorado.
Oh,
She's gonna
shit.
be singing. I'm trying to get this poet named Lady Speech. She's won I think like shit awards all around the world for poetry, man. And I'm gonna try to get somebody else to level it out. It's only gonna be like an hour show, but we're gonna do like wine and strawberries and things. That something real cool. It's a real decent little spot, 2 floors, and we gonna kick it, man. I'm more details coming soon. I just got information about the show, so I'm gonna put it together and I'll let you know more.
So who is this week at?
This week at
Antero?
Antero Hall, we got a benefit show for breast cancer awareness. It's called Save the Titty Show. I got 4 dope female comics on the show. We got Jody Champion, we got Mo Vita, we got Christina Lederman,
Kleeman.
Kleeman,
Clayman.
no, Kleeman,
Yeah,
Kleeman.
man.
Kleeman. It's so many Christinas now. We got Kelsey Woods, and then we got Zaki, Selma Zaki.
What?
Selma Zaki.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
She-
ever seen her? Dude, you gonna like
I'll
her.
be there.
Yeah, she
She
opened
dope.
for you at the.
She's
good.
Every time I seen her show, she go hard. She quick.
Yeah.
I might let her headline, man. I might let her go.
She is. She's very funny.
Yeah.
So that's coming up this Sunday, which is the 25th
25th.
of October.
Yeah.
If you're in and around the Denver area, definitely try to check it out.
$15 to get in, unless you're a redhead, then it's free.
I feel like redhead knocks it down by 5, but if it's the right redhead, you get in for free.
No, if you're a redhead, you get in for free.
Gingers have been persecuted around the world. Hey guys, quick before we go, do something to make your day more enjoyable. I don't care what it is. Don't jerk off. That doesn't actually make you feel any better. It just makes you tired. It gives you a dopamine hit you don't want.
Yeah.
But like, do something like, I can't stress this enough, man. Put a good stereo in your car. Enjoy your commute.
I'm with that.
Buy a car that you like.
Yeah.
If you don't turn around and look at your car once when you're walking in the parking lot, you don't have the right car.
Oh, just to see how sexy it looks from a distance?
Yeah, just to make sure it's nothing happened to it in the last 30 seconds.
Be honest. Tell the truth. Mend old grudges. Is zapping all your vitality. That's why you tired all the time. That's why you got headaches, can't sleep. That's why you can't poop right.
Wait, what's all this?
You gotta be honest. You gotta
Okay.
be trustworthy. You gotta mend old grudges, and you gotta just be nice to people. No
And
matter
that's why you can't poop?
yeah, it affects your digestive system when you're mean to people.
All right. Well, my party started. Let me tell you a story.